Welcome back to the latest episode of the Laura and Becky Show. So we were on the radio together. We got the sack. So what do? We flew off to Mallorca for a girly holiday, drank lots of pale rosé, a little bit of limoncello in there as well, and decided to start a podcast.
We are now sponsored by Prince Family Law Solicitors, Red Brick Estate Agents and East Midlands Airport.
Actually worth saying, isn't it? Talking of Prince Family Law, we're going to get Lisa back on the pod because we've had lots of questions, haven't we, from ladies. Actually, well, no, some men as well, mainly ladies, asking sort of like separation questions, divorce questions, legal questions, all sorts of things. So we have seen them, guys. We're not ignoring them. Yes. We're going to get Lisa back on the pod to answer them for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait.
Also got another message from Rosie, who's a regular listener to the pod. Do you remember, it was last week, I think, we were talking about my 40th.
Yes.
Coming up.
Which next month.
It's, what day are we on today?
So it's the 10th today.
It's just over a month away, mate. Oh my God.
Going into a new decade where everything changes.
Oh God, stop.
Everything changes.
But you.
Well, mostly you.
Me.
Your skin is going to get wrinkly and you're probably going to hit perimenopause.
I've just booked in for my Botox, so it's fine. It's all good. Yeah.
Oh, thank God for Katie.
I know, thank God for Katie. So we were talking about things that I should do before I'm 40. I mean, listen, I've only got a month, so I haven't got that long. But I thought I could just pick a few nice little things and continue them sort of like after I'm 40. But I just want to do them around the time I turn 40. Rosie got in touch. So she has got a list, 30 before 30, which means she's not even 30 yet.
Hang on, wait, what?
She's 30 next year, mate. I know, it terrified me when I read that. I was like, hang on a minute.
God.
You're not even 30 yet. I know. She was like, I'll send you my list if you want. I was like, sure. So here are a few things on Rose's list, right?
Let's see if we've done any of these.
Sunrise.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, done that. Tick. Pilates.
No.
Read a book a month. No. Make my own outdoor cinema. No. Catch a flight for the day. We should do this. So you just fly somewhere early in the morning and back in the evening.
Joanne?
You
can sort that for us.
Paris, maybe? What do you think? Yeah, when they've got that new Paris flight, haven't they?
Yeah, back and forth.
Solo dinner. I've done that a lot through my life.
I think I've done that.
In fact, that's been my life, okay? So tick, big tick. Complete a tough mudder.
I've done a marathon.
But how long ago?
4 years.
Go to Scotland. Yep,
Tick. fancy
doing that.
Done that.
Wine tasting at a vineyard. We need to do
yes.
that. See pretty woman in theatre.
Oh, yes.
Give blood.
Yeah. No, I haven't done that.
Have some horse riding lessons.
Done that.
Have a tarot card reading.
Done that.
Create a capsule wardrobe. That's only what she's doing on TikTok, guys. Go and check her out. Climb a mountain. We've done that.
I mean, that's fine before you're 30. I mean, hit your 40s.
Learn to meditate, create a piece of art, no takeaways for 1 month, ride on a hot air balloon. These are just some of them. It's not all of them.
You could not pay me enough money to go on a hot air balloon.
I don't think I'd go on. I like the idea of it.
Thank you very much. Absolutely not.
You're just in a basket, aren't you?
Underneath a balloon of hot air.
Yeah, and fire.
And there's no, direction. How do you turn around?
And you sort of like, you move around a lot, don't you, in that basket?
And have you seen how they land? Not for me.
I don't think it's for me either. But Rosie, you go for it, love.
Honestly,
You go,
Rosie,
girl.
you'll love it.
So thank you for those, Rosie. If anyone else wants to send any in of things I should be doing before I'm 40, I mean, I've got a month, guys, so you need to get them in ASAP. Then drop us an email.
So last week we had Zara on the pod, didn't we?
Oh, we had her on twice.
Yeah. So first of all, she was talking about being a prison officer, which I actually think we should get on again because I don't think we'd scratch the surface. And then she stayed with us and recorded the next day when she was our first kind of guest on the pod.
Yeah, we've never had somebody kind of do the pod with us before. So us doing the pod normally and somebody sitting with us. And actually, we've really enjoyed it. And she went down a treat, didn't she?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people loved Zara. So obviously we will get Zara back on 100%.
If she'll come on.
I think she will.
Yeah, I think she will.
But it got us thinking about maybe if anyone else wants to come as a guest on the pod. Now listen, just hold your horses a little bit because we don't get anyone on this pod.
Nope.
Right? It's our pod. We're quite particular about who comes on it. But
very particular.
We'd like a guest, especially if you bring us presents.
Rosé maybe, or we like a candle. It's that time of year. Yeah.
Our biscuit jar
Empty.
is empty. So that needs filling up. So, you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours. Is that the right way around?
We're just doing it for the gifts, aren't we, really? Well, we were thinking maybe like once a month we could do a guest spot.
Yeah.
So somebody who wants to come on and you can talk about whatever you want and just join in with us.
Yeah, we're not going to interview you. You're just going to be a third voice. So it's just a third opinion. So whatever we're talking about, you can just join in.
Yeah.
You don't have to say a lot if you don't want to.
Just pipe up whenever you feel the need. We could actually do like an evening one, couldn't we? And do it with some rosé. So we get a bit loosey with the goosey.
Yeah, we can do whatever you want.
Yeah, so we should start perhaps promoting this on our Insta and people can get in touch if they think they would like to come on, and we'll give one spot away a month. Just one.
Just one. And you have to bring a gift.
Oh, that's non-negotiable. Okay.
Even if there's a packet of digestives.
Yeah, whatever.
That'll be fine. So what's going on in the world? Well, we messaged about this whilst I was away, and this was all about what's going on with Holly Willoughby. I wonder if she's been on this week.
She's off. I think she's off for the foreseeable. So this is obviously the kidnap plot, isn't it? That's been going around. It's been all over the news and social media and stuff. There's so many different things to talk about with this. Number one.
Well, I think first and foremost, anyone being stalked or threatened or is terrifying.
It's awful. It's absolutely horrendous.
Yes.
But this was going to be my point number one, is that this is happening to women every single day, all the time. I've got friends who this has happened to, and it's been really, really serious. And they have talked to me way before this went on with Holly and everything, talked about the process you have to go through when somebody is stalking you or not leaving you alone. It's a nightmare. It is not an easy process at all. And a lot of the time, and I'm going off what friends have told me here, the police won't actually do anything unless the person has done something to you. So they will say, well, we have to wait until they've done something. Well, that's too late.
Yeah.
Literally, that's too late. But it did get me thinking about this Holly Willoughby thing, because we're hearing all about this, right? And this is happening all the time to women and men, I'm sure as well, actually. And I'm sure it happens to celebrities day in, day out, where there's some sort of plot against them. And I'm wondering why this one is so big, the one against Holly.
Also, when she was in, this sounds awful, but she's not in her heyday at the moment, is she? When she used to be in her heyday, she must have had lots of threats and this and that, and we didn't really. You hear a little bit about it, but you don't hear a lot about it. Also, have you seen his interview with the Daily Mirror?
I haven't seen his interview. I've seen the guy. He couldn't leave his house.
It's all a little bit odd, and it doesn't quite sit right that. I don't quite know what is going on with that show at the moment. It's all over the place with the presenters. You don't know who's presenting. It's all a bit odd. And then they've come out with this massive statement about it, and you just think, hey?
I know. And also, listen, let's look at some of the facts, guys, at the moment. So obviously Holly is still, or was still on This Morning, and she's not very well liked at the moment. Let's be honest. Generally speaking, the public are not on her kind of side, are they, at the moment? And then we get this big story, basically, I guess, where people would feel sorry for you.
Yeah,
because of course you do. It's not nice, is it?
Why is it a big story? Obviously, it's a big thing that happened, but why is it so? Why do we all need to know about it?
That's what I mean. I'm
arrest
sure
the guy, charge the guy, help her, protect her, whatever. But the fact it's all been put out there, and usually. On This Morning, if there's anything about the presenters in the papers, they usually just ignore it.
Yeah.
They wall it. But they started the show. Dermot was like, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to, Holly this. And you just think, hey?
But also, what about, I don't know, other celebrities who have had this kind of thing happen? It hasn't been such a big deal. They don't go to the press and talk about it. And I know what you mean. There's just something slightly odd about the whole thing.
Yeah. Glad she's okay.
Absolutely. And we're not, dumbing down any sort of stalking or kidnapping. Absolutely not. In fact, it's good to highlight it. But it's just interesting, the timing of it all and the way it's such a massive story. Yeah. That's all we're saying.
It's just slightly strange.
Mm-hmm. Mate. So this is a mate from your holiday. Oh, what?
No, I'm thinking about this, mate.
Oh,
I'm thinking it's quite funny.
Happened.
No. So this was something that happened on holiday. Now, I don't like going in the sea.
Full stop.
It just freaks me out. There's just something about being in the sea and just fish, and I've just never really liked it. Pop me on a paddleboard. Happy days. I can't be in the sea though. Okay. Now, when we got to Malta, the sea there is beautiful and it's quite rocky. There's not a lot of sand. You just plop in the sea from the rocks, and it looked so inviting. I was like, God damn it, I cannot not get in the sea. And people all around me were jumping in. Kids are snorkeling. Do you know what I mean? There's me like, no.
So you thought safe.
Right. And where we were sat was on the edge of the rocks at the bottom of a hotel. It was beautiful. And there were some boys all like bobbing about. And I thought they were just to kind of keep the jet skiers, because there was like a water sports thing, like show them where to go and stuff. Anyway, James got some goggles. He went out. He is the opposite to me. He is a water boy. He is like Kevin Costner in that shit film, right?
Waterworld.
He will be in the water. He should have been a fish, right? He's always in water.
A merman.
A merman.
He's a merman.
Yeah. So he's on his goggles, snorkeling and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, then he went out on a jet ski. Now, the reason I didn't go out on a jet ski wasn't because I'm scared. I've done jet skiing. I did jet skiing to death when I was a holiday rep. Anyone knows holiday rep? I was. We used to go out like every Thursday. Like, I don't need to jet ski anymore. It's great fun, but whatever. So
she's over it.
He went on the jet ski, came back and he went, oh, you know those boys? I was like, yeah. And he went, that's actually a net to keep the jellyfish out. I was like, now you're talking, because there was a thing on the beach that was near us that said, because of extraordinary circumstances, do not bathe in the sea.
Right.
And then there's 4 pictures of 4 different looking jellyfish that look like they could have your eye out in a second.
Right.
I thought, I ain't getting
So
in
you
there.
thought, nah.
Anyway, there was a net, and obviously everyone was swimming there, so I thought, I'm going to do it. So I got down the steps. I went halfway in.
I can just imagine this.
James is like,
in slow motion.
Get in. And I'm like, ugh. I was like, get your goggles on, just have a little look around. So he's there like, right. So he goes on, he's like, there's a few little fish. I was like, okay. So I literally like jumped in and just got straight back out. I don't like the feeling. It's just, I hate it.
Could you touch the bottom or not?
No.
Oh, that's probably why then as well.
So yeah, that's probably why. Yeah, that's it. I was out of my depth.
Out of your depth, mate. Yeah, that's what it was.
So anyway, that was that for me. And I thought, right, I'm going to build up to it. I'm going to get back in on our last day. So anyway, the morning of our last day, or maybe the penultimate morning, I did a time lapse on my phone of the sunrise and we had a gorgeous view out of our hotel room. I did a time lapse and put it on my Insta, and I was like, oh, isn't it lovely? And I watched it back and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like literally I was like, what the hell
is this one you put on your Insta?
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Like, I was like, what, in the bit that's netted that everyone's swimming in? I was like, what is that? So I slowed it down, zoomed in, and I showed James. I was like, you tell me that is not some massive fish chasing 2 other fish. So he said, and even he wouldn't look at it first. I was like, no, come on, like, look at it. And even he was like, oh. And I was like, it swims straight through the net. It must just slightly jump over. It swims straight through the bloody net.
It looked like a shark because it had
It looked like a shark fin chasing, like, I don't know what.
Oh, I didn't notice what it was chasing. I just saw shark.
Right. So then I was like, put it on my Instagram. Then lots of people started Googling, are there sharks in Malta? I started getting lots of messages. And anyway, then we were kind of sat there. And then later on in that day, James got out and he went, there's a jellyfish. And I was like, what? He went, there's a jellyfish. And he went, there's lots of jellyfish. And I was like,
oh my God, the net ain't keeping them out, mate.
Mate, there's no net.
What?
He lied.
Stop.
To try and get me in.
Stop.
So anyway, I think he felt a bit guilty because then he became bloody saving lives at the sea. He was standing there like, I don't know, just like a lifeguard, shouting at everyone to get out.
No, what, because of the jellyfish?
He was whistling this woman. He was like, I was like, she ain't listening. Anyway, and then she went, hello, like that. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. She turned around, he went, there's jellyfish. She just ignored him, carried on swimming.
She didn't care.
It was like a scene out of Jaws. He was like, everybody out of the sea. And I was like, no, if there was a net there, then no one would need to panic.
Oh my God. As if he told you there was a net
He
and there was
lied.
no net.
There's no net.
You can't trust him, mate. He is untrustable.
I looked at him and I went, I'm never going to trust you ever again.
He's the boy who cried wolf, that one.
He told me there was a net. I would have got in there and died from a jellyfish sting.
And then how would he have
or
felt?
Or worse, or a shark. Yeah. Because you bet your bottom dollar, the minute I decide to go swimming is the minute a shark goes, I'm going to have a little look in that cove today.
For sure.
There she is. Look at them long legs.
Well,
that's it. it would have gone, whoa, look at that. Look at that.
I wouldn't mind a go on them.
That's that. I've got long legs.
Well, also, it was a shark, right? Was it?
I think it might have been a paddleboard.
Really? It looked like a shark. It had a fin.
That looked like a shark. I mean, I keep looking at it now.
I'm going to look at it again today.
I mean, the two things were snorkelers because the next day I did a time lapse and then the two snorkelers appeared, but not with a shark chasing them. But at one point, the reason I know it's not a shark is because the shark swims, stops, has a little look around, swims a bit more, turns around and then goes back where it came from. I thought,
So no sharks in Malta as far as we know, but lots of jellyfish.
And no nets.
No, guys, if you go to Malta, no nets.
There are no nets.
Oh, God.
And if someone like your husband tells you there are, he's a liar.
Yeah, they're all liars. All of them.